Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of Blazers Inside Access. I'm Kirk McDonald. Our special guest this week, head volleyball coach Jordan Lay. Coach, you've had a great season so far, a big win on Wednesday night, defeating Alcorn State on senior night, 3-0. Can you kind of tell us about how your season has gone and the success that you've had so far?
Well, I think our season has gone exceptionally well. I think better than any of us really expected, and that can be contributed to really the senior leadership on this team. We're sad to see those girls go, and winning on Wednesday night was a big tribute to them. But we realize the season isn't over yet. We still have some games, and I fully expect us still to be making a run for that conference title and trying to get a championship ring back to Belhaven volleyball. And our girls have been dedicated to that since day one, and that's really helped us progress and move forward as a unit.
After the win on Wednesday night, 21 victories, you've got a chance to rewrite the Blazer record books for most wins in a season. That current record is 25. You've got 4 matches this weekend, could possibly tie it and possibly break it next week. How special is that, and is that something that you really kind of had your sights on going into the year?
It definitely wasn't something I had my sights set on. We've been, again, focused on that conference finals and that championship ring, but that's just been something that, again, has just been a complete attribute of this team, is to be able to drive forward and really focus on the big picture. If we break the record, that'd be great, and it would just be another accomplishment for this team and all the work that we've really put in. But that's, again, not really our focus. Our focus is that conference title, and if we happen to break the record along the way, that's just another bonus for us.
One more conference match next week at Loyola, and then you've got a big tournament this weekend over at Millsaps. 8 games in 8 days over the last week of the season. What are the keys to being successful here as you close out the regular season?
I think the key, again, is our endurance, and that's come from our preseason conditioning and also how hard we've worked throughout the entire season. And really the key here is just staying healthy and be able to mix in a rotation, and that helps. With only 11 girls, we have a lot of depth, and a lot of teams don't realize that. And we'll be able to mix some girls in and out, keep legs fresh. And the biggest key here is just to try to hold on to that third spot in conference. That's going to set us up really nice going into the conference tournament.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Congratulations on a great year, and go get them this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Once again, Belhaven head volleyball coach Jordan Lay joining us on this week's edition of Blazers Inside Access. The Belhaven men's soccer team had a couple of key Southern States Athletic Conference matches this past week. They lost to Mobile 3-1, but then came back with a huge 2-0 victory at Auburn University Montgomery on Wednesday afternoon. Here's Belhaven head coach Brian McMahon.
Well, both games we've had this week were against two really good, good programs. First with Mobile. I think Mobile is playing really well at the moment, and they've kind of hit their stride, and they're very good in their approach. They're coached really well, and they've got a lot of talented players. And sometimes it's just a good game. Sometimes you can lose to a better team on the day, and that's about all I'd say with Mobile. We don't want to look too much into it. They made the most of their chances and on the day, and we didn't. But credit to them is they're playing really well at the moment. And with AUM on the road yesterday, it was an important game for us. To bounce back from the Mobile loss. So coming into the game, AUM was number 2 in the country in the RPI poll, and if I'm right, I don't think they had lost a home game all year. So for us to go on the road, having just lost to Mobile, and then to come away with a win against the number 2 ranked team in the nation, I have to give a lot of credit to the guys. We always talk, don't get too high for a win, don't get too down for a low, and I think we've taken the same approach game in, game out.
And the Blazers will wrap up the regular season this Saturday. It'll be senior night at H.G. Newell Field. Belhaven takes on William Carey University. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Here's Coach McMahon once again about this weekend's match.
The same thing with William Carey, with majority of any of the other schools at the top of our conference. William Carey is going to be extremely difficult game. I've had the chance to see him play once, and just like any other team at the top, they're going to be a challenge. And and to be honest, we're a little bit banged up. Our game against yesterday, AUM, we had a couple guys go out injured, and we're just trying to rest up and get healthy. But if you look at the top of our conference standards, I think we have in the standings, there's 4 teams all with the same record. And, every game is just difficult. And Carey will be no different. I have a lot of respect for their team, their players, their coach. And, at this point in the season, we're just trying to get better every day and do what we need to do to play the best of our abilities. But realistically, we could play as well as we could and not get a result. That's just how good teams are in our conference.
The Belhaven women's soccer team also played the University of Mobile on Saturday. They lost 3-0. Here's assistant coach Brooke Lincoln.
Yeah, we had Mobile last week, and they were currently sitting as the number 4 team in the nation, which we knew was really going to be a hard test for our girls, and knew that they were up to the challenge. Going into the game, there was a lot of excitement built around the game. There's always a great underdog story whenever you're playing a team of that capacity, but unfortunately gave up 2 goals in the first 15 minutes, which really put us in a hole and really hard to dig out of a 2-0 deficit against the number 4 team in the nation. But the thing I was most proud of with the girls is the way they fought back from being down 2-0. It's very easy to give up and just quit and have a blowout, but the girls really hung around. They fought really hard. We were down 2-0 at the half. It remained 2-0 until about 10 minutes to play in the game. And even up until the last minute, the girls were really fighting hard, managed to get a corner in the last minute, really worked hard to get the corner in and make something out of it. And so that's really what I was proud of the girls, is the way they continue to fight, even by giving up 2 goals in the first 15 minutes.
Belhaven opened this week, losing to Auburn Montgomery 5-0. They'll play again on Saturday. It'll be the final regular season game of the season. Also senior night at HT Newell Field. Kickoffs at 5 p.m. against William Carey. Here's Coach Lincoln once again.
This Saturday is senior day, and so I know we've got 3 seniors who are really excited. William Carey for us is a great in-state rival. I know that they are also going to be a great team. We finish out the season with 3 teams in the top 20. So William Carey is definitely going to be a challenge. It's not a team that we can take lightly. It's going to be a challenge for us. There's no other way around it. I think if the girls can fight hard, we can make it a respectable game. And I know the girls are looking forward to playing an in-state rival.
The men's and women's cross-country teams were at the Sand Shark Invitational this past Saturday in Hardeeville, South Carolina. The Belhaven men finished in 15th spot as a team. Thorburn McGee with a 69th place finish tops the men's side. And then on the women's side, it was Chloe Brown finishing 72nd to lead the field there. Our Belhaven C Spire Athlete of the Week is Calvin Lewis of the Belhaven football team. Lewis helped spearhead a defense that forced 7 turnovers in a 35-7 victory at Lindsey Wilson this past weekend. Lewis was named the Mid-South Conference Defensive Player of the Week. He had 13 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 return for a touchdown. The Belhaven Blazers will try and extend their winning streak to 3 games this week as they travel to Montgomery, Alabama to battle Faulkner University. Kickoff is at 1:30 pregame show on the Blazers Sports Network, powered by Stretch Internet at 1:15. The Belhaven men's golf team was in action earlier this week at the Millsaps Invitational. The team finished 10th in the field there. And Belhaven men's and women's basketball will open the season this weekend. They're at Blue Mountain College. The women tip off at 2 o'clock. The men get underway at 4 p.m. This wraps up another edition of Blazers Inside Access. I'm Kirk McDonald. Thanks for joining us this week. And don't forget to check out men's and women's soccer this weekend on Saturday at HT Newell Field. The men take on William Carey at 7:30. The women battle William Carey at 5 p.m. And if you can't make it to the field, stay up to date on all the latest news and information on our athletics website, blazers.belhaven.edu. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Belhaven Blazers. Hope you had a great week, and we look forward to seeing you next week on another edition of Blazers Inside Access.